It's the Timeless Roofing Friday morning sports drive, live from Pumps PB&J. Timeless Roofing, over 25 years in experience, licensed and insured, quality and integrity never get old at TimelessRoofingSC.com. Call for a free quote, 803-853-0021. The Timeless Roofing Friday morning sports drive, live from Pumps PB&J, is sponsored by Ag South, Aiken Electric Cooperative, Amy Farm, Berry Insurance Agency, CM Tree Service, Crouch Hardware and Farm Supply, Economy Furniture, Edwards Heating and Cooling, Gentry & Sons Fencing, H&R Block, KRA Exterminator, Lake Murray Property, Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative, Mix of Soil, Motorcoat Paint and Body Car Sale, Newberry Hospital, Northland Cable, Pascon Robot Services, Perez Tire, Persimmon Hill Country Club, Price's Garage and Heavy Duty Towing, Pumps PB&J, Ramey Funeral Home, Reclaim Physical Therapy, Saluda Nursing and Rehab Center, Saluda Young Farmers, Senator Billy Garrett, the Charlie Foundation, the Law Office of Nancy T. Jordan, the Ridge Baptist Association of Churches, the South Carolina Department of Education, the South Carolina Education Lottery, the Town of Saluda, the Wills Agency Nationwide Insurance, TimelessRoofingSC.com, and Tucker's Lawn Service and Landscape. We're so glad that you tuned in to Timeless Roofing Friday morning sports drive, live from Pumps PB&J. Call in your comments and questions at the Timeless Roofing call-in line, 864-980-7768. You're watching SALUDANwo.
But this isn't the same team that the Pachyderms beat last year. Willie's winner, Texas A&M. That's all for this week. As always, get out there, support your team, the cheerleaders, and the bands. Now get me on out of here, Thomas.
We all need to be able to count on our jobs. Count on full-time hours and shift options. Count on competitive pay. Count on medical benefits and vacation pay. Count on on-site job training. Count on opportunities to grow into even higher paying jobs. Amick Farms is now hiring for all shifts in the food production industry. You can count on Amick Farms for a career. Visit amickfarms.com to apply today.
Berry Insurance Group offers auto, home, farm, commercial. Call Will Berry today, 803-307-0030. Visit us on our website, berryingroup.com, and talk to Will Berry about your insurance needs.
CM Tree Service. Cody Berry and Martin Berry are ready to give you a free estimate. We're insured for tree removal and pruning. Call us today, 864-377-7898 or 864-980-0153, and like us on Facebook, CM Tree Service.
Save money, save time. Shop Crouch's first. Whether it's lumber, paint, hardware, electrical, plumbing, we supply you from feed to field. Yeti, Traeger, Blackstone, Costa, Salty Britches, Milwaukee, Makita, and much more. Come by and visit us today. 508 North Main Salute or call 864-445-0063.
We tow, you go. CIA Towing, owned and operated by Dylan Polson. Call 803-669-2676. After your next accident or for all your roadside assistance towing needs. Do you know you can request specific towing service when you're in an accident? Call CIA Towing, owned and operated by Dylan Polson for all your roadside assistance needs. When you get in the ditch, call CIA. We'll give you a hitch. 803-669-2676.
SC.com. And we're glad to be back here with you live from Pumps PB and JAMM. Glad to be here with Miss Gwen. She is back today, and we're glad that she is back. And they're open all morning, 5 a.m. to 9:30, serving breakfast, and you can come get your lunch later on. And she don't know right now what she's gonna have. Meatloaf. Is that what we're having? We're going to be having meatloaf. There she is, the woman of the hour. She's back on there. It's National Coaches Day. She has to really coach us up in the mornings.
There she is.
I think that's considered group therapy, Bert.
Group therapy. I ain't never heard that term with SALUDANwo, but
That's a bar down in 5 Points, I think, wasn't it?
all right. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our game of the week, and we want to encourage you to get out and play our game of the week. There's a post on SALUDANwo. Pick the winning score for the game of the week. One winning score will win a $50 gift card. And so far this year, we are batting out on these picks. So we hope somebody will get the right pick this week. And this week's game of the week is Clemson versus Wake Forest. But we're going to get that last. But right now we're going to start out. Willie wasn't too good with Georgia. He said Kentucky's going to upset Georgia, Jeffrey. And that's our first game on the card. It's a 7 o'clock matchup on ESPN, SEC Network, Georgia versus Kentucky. And Georgia will be hosting the Wildcats, where Georgia is a 15-point favorite.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I think that's a great pick by Willie, picking Kentucky. I mean, why not? I mean, they're undefeated. They're playing good football. But Georgia's too deep, too talented. With just a little bit of motivation, which will be Kentucky coming in undefeated, and the fact that somebody picked Kentucky over them would probably be enough motivation to get Georgia cranked up. And Georgia's just a machine that they can turn it on, turn it off whenever they want to. So I'm going with Georgia.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Jeffrey. Kentucky's very talented. They have the athletes. I don't think anybody is quite as deep as Georgia currently. Georgia will probably let Kentucky hang around longer than they should, but at home, 7 o'clock at night, yeah, Georgia will turn it on and finish them.
All right. The next game on the card is going to be Alabama and Texas A&M, and Alabama is going to be with the 12th man down there, and Alabama's favored only by 2.5, Jeffrey, which is surprising to me.
You know, that's going to be a good game. Don't let Alabama fool you. I mean, they're still Alabama. They're still loaded with talent. Still got great coaches. I think Alabama will beat Texas A&M, and I think it'll be going away.
Okay. Brandon?
I'm going to lean the other way. Yeah, like Jeffrey said, Alabama is Alabama. Texas A&M will come in and crash your party if you allow them to. I think no more than less than 3-point spread, which don't mean much, but I think Texas A&M comes in hungry, looking for a vulnerable Alabama and tries to take it from them.
All right. We have a new matchup. LSU at Missouri, and the Bayou Tigers are favored by 6.5, Jeffrey.
This is going to be my first upset on the card. I'm going to go with Missouri. They're either the Cinderella will continue, or they're going to come crashing down. And this is a make or break game, I think, for Missouri. You win a big game like this, it kind of propels your season. If you don't, I think they end up losing another 3-4 games. So a big game for Missouri, but I am picking them in an upset over LSU.
All right, Brandon.
Agreed. I think this is the game that Missouri needs to win, and I think they're coming in more hungry than LSU, so I think Missouri takes it.
All right. And I got to lean with you. I got to lean with Missouri on that one as well. Okay. Then we have another 12 o'clock matchup. Is the Trojans of USC. I'm jumping a minute. Ohio State, and they're going to be hosting Maryland, where the Buckeyes are 20-point favorite.
You know, the Terps are playing good football this year, aren't they? I think the Terps might be undefeated. Ohio State's going to win the ball game, but it's going to be closer than the 20. I'm going to say it's actually going to be single digits. So Ohio State and a closer one.
Okay. Brandon?
Yeah, I take Ohio State at home But like Jeffrey said, I don't think they covered a spread, and Maryland is playing good ball, so I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State comes from behind to win, but I think they'd pull it out in the end.
How long has it been since we said Maryland's playing good ball? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
it's been about like Colorado.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right, and I don't know what the Maryland's standing is. They are undefeated, Jeffrey,
Yeah.
5-0 versus a 4-0. So that'll be an interesting game. But USC at home, Ohio State at home, that's a hard one. Now let me get to USC, and it's a 10:30 matchup. My goodness, that's a red eye. They're going to be hosting Arizona, where the Trojans are favored by 22 points.
I'm gonna tell you what, USC, you better watch out for them and Lincoln Riley, man. The defending Heisman Trophy winners just lighting people up. I'm gonna take USC to cover plus.
Yeah, I'll go with USC as well, but I probably won't be able to watch that game. It's past my curfew, but I don't think Arizona has anything for USC.
All right. And the next game we see on the card is the Buffaloes of Colorado, and they're going to be hosting Arizona State, and that's a 4:30 matchup. And the question is, can Neon Degon get back to his winning ways, Jeffrey?
Who's the favorite in that one?
Colorado by 4.
You know,
That spread's been all over the place this year. There.
yeah. This is a tough one to pick. I want to pick Colorado. I think that they're Dion. I mean, he's got his work cut out for him out there. I mean, you got 87 new players, and you can have a bunch of new players, but getting the players to be a team, I think is going to be his problem, and I think that's what he's finding now. But you know what? I'm going to go back with Colorado to turn it around. It's going to be close. It might come down to one of those last drive kind of deals, but I'm going to take Colorado.
Okay. Brandon?
Same here. I mean, I've watched the spread all year. I've seen them favored by 20 and win by less than a touchdown, and not even been given a chance a week or two ago, and they come back and lost, but lost less than a touchdown. So I think with a team like Arizona State, which is, I mean, they're a good team, but they're not a powerhouse. I think Colorado figures out a way to win late in the game.
Yeah, I believe the spread actually be bigger because Arizona State has only won one game this year, so I think that it'll be a blowout. UCLA and Washington, and it's a 3:30 matchup, and UCLA is favored by 3.5 over Washington State. Jeffrey?
I'm going to go with UCLA. They're solid. They're not great by any means, but they're not, they come in and they're not really up and down. They're very consistent, so I'm going to go with UCLA in this one.
All right.
I'm going to lean the other way. Washington State upset the mighty Oregon Beavers. Their quarterback is actually throwing 75% complete, passes. So they're averaging pretty much like 530 yards a game. So I'm going to lean Washington State.
All right, and I got to lean with you on that one too, Brandon. All right, now the next one on the card is Texas Tech, and they're at Baylor, where it's going to be a 4 o'clock matchup, and Texas Tech is only favored by a point.
Yeah. Do you really have a favorite in this one when it's a point? That's just making a spread. I'm just going to take Baylor. Not overly impressed with either one of them, but I'm going to take Baylor.
Same here. I mean, there's you a point spread, like Jeffrey said. That's just to give you a spread. I think Baylor has been challenged more this year than Texas Tech has, so I'm picking Baylor to come out on top.
And they're both 2-3, so I think the home team wins in this matchup, and that's the only advantage that Baylor has is playing at home. and that does count for something. All right, there's a 7:30 matchup, Ole Miss and Arkansas in a good SEC matchup, where the Rebels are favored 12 points at home in the Grove.
I'm gonna stay with that. I think Ole Miss, they actually surprising me a little bit, playing a little bit better, than I thought they would. So I'm gonna ride with Ole Miss in this one, but I don't think they'll cover.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ole Miss over Arkansas. I don't think Ole Miss can probably stop Arkansas maybe from scoring, but I don't think they can outscore Arkansas. So I think their best defense is their offense.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to lean with both of y'all on that one. 7:30 matchup, Michigan, the number 2 team in the country, will be traveling to take on the Golden Gophers of Minnesota. 20 points, Jeffrey.
Best dressed coach in college football, PJ Fleck. When I grow up, that's what I want to dress like.
There you go.
Yeah, Michigan is going to roll. Being handsome on the sideline only goes so far.
Yeah.
Michigan to roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, Michigan's number 2, like you said, for a reason. I think they overpower Minnesota impressively.
All right. Got to lean with both of y'all on that one, too. Okay. It's a ACC battle. North Carolina trying to hang on to their undefeated status. Going to be hosting Syracuse, where the Tar Heels are favored by 8.5, Jeffrey.
North Carolina's so up and down, but their quarterback is on point. He is not. He's a very good player. They have an emergence of a couple wide receivers that's going to really, I think, put some points up. Syracuse, I just don't think can match North Carolina. I would think North Carolina's got better players, a little bit deeper. So I'm going to go with North Carolina, and they'll cover.
Brandon?
Agreed. I think I was trying to think of the quarterback's name for North Carolina. May. He's an impressive athlete. I think he holds this team together, and like Jeffrey said, these receivers are not where they really want to be, but they're on their way, and I think they use Syracuse to prove this point. I'm going North Carolina.
How about this story? Drake May and Garrett Schrader, who's the quarterback for Maryland, share the same hometown and trainer. What about that?
So the game plan ought to be the same.
So they all know each other pretty good.
There you go.
All right. Now, we see the Fighting Irish come out, and it's a 7:30 matchup as they're going to be traveling up to take on the Cardinals of Louisville, where the Fighting Irish are favored by 6.5, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Notre Dame. Did Notre Dame beat Duke last week? They had to, I think.
No, they beat them. I think the last seconds of the game,
Yeah.
Duke was winning with 40 seconds left, and they broke it and run it 40 yards. And
Yeah, that's right.
Because you know what? Because I took Duke, man. Okay. But I saw Notre Dame didn't really drop any, so I figured they must have won. Yeah, I'm going to go with Notre Dame. They're playing good football, and I don't think Louisville's got the athletes that Notre Dame does. So Notre Dame.
Okay. Jeffrey?
same here. I mean, Jeffrey pretty much covered it. It's I don't think Louisville has the talent Notre Dame does or the depth, so I think they just outstrength them and they take it.
All right. And I think I'm going to take Louisville in this and upset. I think Louisville upsets Notre Dame. All right, now it's time for the game of the week. And remember, pick the winning score. We got a post up on SALUDANwo that we posted yesterday. Pick the winning score for the game of the week. One winning score will win a $50 gift card. And we have had them just chiming in one after another, picking the scores. I hope you get it right this week. All right, Jeffrey, what you think on the Clemson-Wake Forest game?
I'm thinking Clemson. Clemson's kind of finding out who they are. Some of these players are starting to step up. Every down Brown played we used to have Jerron third down Brown. Well, this is every down Brown. And I'm going to tell you what, he is a baller freshman. Man, I just tell you, I couldn't get enough of him last week watching him play. Clemson puts it together. I'm going to say, for my pick, I'm going with 42-14. I know I'm not eligible to win, but 42-14 Clemson.
Okay.
I think Clemson takes Wake Forest. I really want to say 28-14, but I'm going to go with that missed extra point and go 27-14.
All right, and I got to lean with you in that one. I think it's going to be a blowout for Clemson. And you talking about every down, what about our every down player for Saluda, Jackson Berry, who is the Farm Bureau Player of the Week for all your auto home life? Call 864-445-8101 and talk to Brad Smith or Bryce Wilkins. Last week, Jackson Berry played every down on offensive line and defensive line.
Well, I'm gonna
Did
tell you
y'all
what.
know that?
Well, I tell you what. He played a really good game, and we talked about it last week, and I got to see Miss Johnny Stevens at church Sunday, and I told her how proud I was of him and how well I thought he played, and she was just beaming as a proud grandma. She was happy as she could be. So he did. He played an excellent game. There's some questions I want to ask Coach Young today. I hope you saved me enough time to work in on that. I don't have to go anywhere today, so I can be here. But yeah, Jackson Berry played a great game, and we had several freshmen emerge last week that I thought played really good, and it just really got me excited, about that young class. So hopefully Coach Young will be able to talk to us and give us some answers, kind of give us some highlights of them young men, and I'd love to hear about them.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea the kid played every play on offense and defensive line. I really didn't. But I mean, like I said, that just goes to shows that the conditioning of these kids. I mean, that's up there on that line. It's you're not the special players. You're not the elite of the elite. That's where all the blunt force trauma takes place right there, and that'll wear on you. But for a young man to play every play, offensive and defensive line, that's hats off to that young man. And like Jeffrey said, we were just, we had an opponent that we got a lot of people in last week, but it was refreshing to see a lot of these younger kids, especially freshmen, come in and get a lot of playing time and have some positive results of it too as well. And I didn't get to stay for the JV game last night, but I tell you what, I was kind of impressed with our middle school team last night there.
And I was impressed with our JV team too. I watched them last night.
Smaller versions of our varsity, but they were aggressive and had great pursuit to the ball. So I hope it's good things to come for Saluda football.
That's great. And I tell you what, everybody was asking me, is those kids in middle school supposed to be in high school? They was few of them that's trucks.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you. I would not.
I remember 64. I mean, he
I don't know what they feeding them kids, but I tell you what, they need to keep shoveling it to them.
He was bigger than the coach, but he passed the eye test. If we get him a little meaner over the years, we ought to have good things coming.
We come back, we're going to take a sneak peek at the CSRA Region 3 Class 2A. You're watching the Timeless Roofing Friday Morning Sports Drive live from Pumps PB and Jam, where Ms. Gwen is back.
Call Mason. He'll solve them at Hamey's Plumbing. When you get a leak, let Mason come and take a peek. 864-554-8179. Haney's Plumbing. Sheila Kennedy Law Firm, 125 East Church Street in Batesburg, Leesville. We care about your case. Our experienced team of lawyers gets you the results you need, no matter what the situation may be. Like father, like son, Ralph Sheila Kennedy Law Firm, a family law firm. We care about your case.
Come visit us today at Patchwork Farms, 110 Dairy Lane in Saluda. We have the best selection with South Carolina certified grown produce as well as your best meats. And also, we have the best ice cream and strawberries too. Our customers make us smile. We see you at Patchwork Farms. Check out our Facebook page and like us on Facebook to see the latest happenings at Patchwork Farms, or call today, 803-317-7291.
South Carolina Representative Cal Forrest is your conservative voice for Saluda and Lexington, representing House District 39 at the State House. You can see the latest legislation and connect with your representative at forestforhouse.com or like him on Facebook. Cone's Meats at 1012 West Main Street in Ridge Spring is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Stop in anytime between then to stock up on all your favorite fresh and frozen meats. And go to our Facebook page and check out our weekly specials at Cone's Meats LLC. Cromer Trucking, serving Saluda and the Southeast for 30 years with flatbed and dump truck services, sand, gravel, river rock, and many more products in stock. We understand every job is important and unique. Our experienced staff will ensure you get what you need when you need it. Call 864-445-4640 or visit us on Facebook or at cromertrucking.com. CarolinaConnect.com. For fast, reliable, affordable internet. It's internet made better because you deserve high-speed internet. Carolina Connect, powered by Aiken Electric Cooperative. To check availability in your area, visit carolinaconnect.com. Save time, save money, shop Crouch's first. Lumber, paint, hardware, electrical, plumbing, from field to feed, we've got you covered. Visit us today at 508 North Main Street, Saluda, or call 864-445-0062. Crouch Hardware and Farm Supply. Jane Autry Insurance Services offers auto, home, farm, commercial, life, and health insurance. Having trouble navigating Medicare? Jane Autry will help you. Call us today and find the peace of mind you need at 803-685-0090. Jane Autry Insurance Services.
And Ms. Jane encourages you to check out all healthcare needs for your coming enrollment. It begins 10:15, so call Jane 864-960-0266 on her cell phone. She'll talk about you because open enrollment is starting the 15th, and so that's coming up real soon, and we'll be emphasizing that all next week and throughout the enrollment period. Well, we're glad to be back here with you on the Thomas Roofing Friday Morning Sports Drive. And right now, we are joined again by Jeffrey Jordan and Brandon Warren. And looking at the standings right now, things sort of got shook up last week, Jeffrey, in the Class 3A. And we want to look at all the games this week. The first game we want to look at is Pillion, and they're going to be playing Fox Creek. So what do you think about this game?
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. Pillion, Fox Creek. I'm going to be honest with you, Burton. I'm going with Pillion. They have some pretty good athletes, and they have a really big offensive and defensive line that could really give some people trouble. If Fox Creek can't find an answer to getting around those lines, I think it's going to be a tough night for them. Matter of fact, last night we were at the game and Fox Creek was there playing Pillion. We had to go to a volleyball game, and the middle school was up 34-0 over Pillion. So, you know what? I don't know if that was the middle school. That's Newberry. The JV was going to play Fox Creek, so I didn't stay around for that. But I think Pillion in that game.
All right, Brandon.
Chip. Not seen Fox Creek this year. I haven't really heard anything.
I think you might, son. There it is.
And that, I mean, we just come out of seeing Pillion play firsthand.
Yeah.
Their line is impressive. They have some talent on that team. I haven't really heard a lot about Fox Creek this year. I'm going to lean toward Pillion on this.
All right. And we're joined by one of our former broadcasters. We're having to bring him out of retirement tonight because Tony Berry is not going to be with us. But we're joined by Paul Urkel. Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Good morning, guys.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, bud?
All right, doing good.
Well, what's your pick with the? I know you're just joining us, but we're picking the games for the region. What do you think about Pillion and Fox Creek tonight?
Pillion and Fox Creek?
Yes.
I'm probably going to lean toward, I'm probably going to go with Pillion tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, probably going to go with Pillion.
All right. The next game, Jeffrey, is Batesburg-Leesville, and they're going to be at Silver Bluff tonight.
I think Silver Bluff rolls. Silver Bluff's good. They're if you look in the top 10, Saluda, Thurman, Silver Bluff's in there in the top 10 of 2A in the state. But I think Silver Bluff I've been talking about it for a couple of years. The athletes that they had were very young. Well, now those athletes are kind of growing up, and they should be juniors and seniors now. And they're good. They're a good football team. So I'm gonna take Silver Bluff.
All right.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Silver Bluff this year. I heard they've had some weapons, on their team. And the only time I saw Batesburg this year actually play was, didn't we play them in that JAMM, whatever it was at Thurman?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did.
They Batesburg runs the ball a lot. They'll lull you to sleep with the run, but then they'll try to get a pass off on you. But I think Silver Bluff is a little deeper than Batesburg currently, so I'm going Silver Bluff.
All right. What do you think about it, Paul?
Well, Silver Bluff is a real good team this year. Defense, probably one of the better defensive lines in 2A. Great defense, and the offense can score just enough points to make them a dangerous team, and they're definitely going to be a contender in the region that we in, one of the toughest regions in 2A, one of the toughest regions in the state. But I look for, and Batesburg is also much improved from last year.
Yes.
So even with that being said, it's just going to be too many horses in the stable for the Bluff, and I look for the Bluff to win by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
All right. Well, it's now time to pick the game of the week, and of course that is Saluda and Strong Thurman, and I believe it's the WJBF game of the week, Channel 6 out of Augusta, and it's going to be there at the game. And this is a great matchup here. Old rivalry dating back, I don't know when, probably as long as both of them been playing. But it's Saluda Tigers at Strong Thurman Rebels. And what you think about tonight's game, Jeffrey?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a top 10 game. I think one's ranked 10, one's ranked 9. So top 10 game, game of the week. Bad blood, definitely a rivalry between the two. And I'm going to tell you this too, Burton, and people don't really realize this, but social media actually plays a big part in how these kids act and feel on Friday nights. These message boards that they read and get pumped up about, angry about, you got adults on there saying things and kids reading it, and they just kind of buy into a lot of this stuff. But if we can control the hype, and this is a game we talked about earlier that is really going, earlier in the season, where your mistakes are really going to factor into this game. If we can win the turnover battle, keep the penalties down to a minimum, and it's just going to come down to really a few plays. You're going to play the whole night, and you're going to look back on it and say, well, it was this play, and this play that broke the game, and that's how tight I think this game's going to be. But I'm going with Saluda.
All right, Brandon?
talked to some coaches over there at Strong Thurman, not necessarily football coaches, just coaches that are active in the school and all. And we did a comparison last weekend, and there's so much familiarity with the coaches on both sides. A lot of ex-Saluda coaches on Thurman's side. A lot of these kids know each other. Like you said, it's a long-standing rivalry. Strong Thurman definitely has some weapons that they just recently added to their team this year. Jeffrey said there's a game of the week. I'm not as much into the social media as most of them are, but they're reading these messages, going back and forth. But the coach that I talked to has said, that both teams are going to be well coached. There's athletes on both sides of the ball, but it's basically going to come down to mental mistakes and discipline. So it ought to be a ball game tonight. So I'm going to Saluda.
All right, Paul.
Yeah, we were just sitting here at the sanitation a few minutes ago and discussing the game. Saluda, unfortunately for us, our next 2 weeks will kind of dictate a lot about us going into the playoffs.
Oh, yes,
with us playing Thurman and Silver Bluff back to back. That being said, Strong Thurman's got probably one of the more talented teams that they had in recent years. They've always kept athletes and great talent, but across the board, they have a lot returning on defense, and then they picked up a couple people on offense, a couple pieces of the puzzle. And but going into tonight, and we were just talking here at sanitation during our morning safety meeting and devotion, and talking about what we're going to do here on this Friday. This game tonight's going to come down to penalty-free and mistake-free. The Tigers are going to have to play a perfect game. I know that may sound kind of cliche, but we're going to have to protect the ball, and we're going to kind of have to do a reverse psychology on that Thurman did on us in the first game last year, where we come in and we're going to want to take our time. I don't think we should be out there. Now, I'm not the coach, but I just know what kind of weapons they have on the other side. And you can't get in trouble if you don't allow them to have the ball like Steve Spurrier used to do back when we beat Clemson in 5 years. You can score 100 points, but if you don't get the ball, you can't score for baby 10 or 15. But I'm looking for us to come in tonight and kind of, I hope we're going to dictate the game by our play calls and then what we run to keep the ball out of the hands of Strong Thurman and fast offense. But I'm looking for the Tigers to be in the ball game in the fourth quarter, get a turnover late in the fourth quarter, and Pinto will kick a 27-yard field goal for a 2-point win.
That's pretty good, Paul. There you go. I love that preview of that game.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to being there tonight. And Paul Erger will be with us in the booth while Tony's out. And we're glad that we got you out of retirement for one more time.
Yeah, I'll come back down here about a little bit, bud.
All right, brother. Well, we're looking forward to the matchup tonight, 7 p.m. pregame, 7:30 kickoff. When we come back, we're going to have the Coach Stuart Young Show on your SALUDANwo. Thank you for watching, everybody.
At Bailey & Son Music Company on 1045 Holly Ferry Road in Leesville, we have 24-hour service, pool tables, jukeboxes, video games, and more. Residential and commercial, installation and servicing. Bailey & Son Music Company, a proud supporter of Saluda Tiger football. At Bailey & Son Music Company on 1045 Holly Ferry Road in Leesville, we have 24-hour service, pool tables, jukeboxes, video games, and more. Residential and commercial, installation and servicing. Bailey & Son Music Company, a proud supporter of Saluda Tiger football.
Come check out locals selling their farm fresh goods every Saturday at Sylvan Farmers Market. Also, come inside our country store. As well as check out the barn for our latest menu items and specials. That's all here at Sylvan's Farmers Market, 184 Ridge Spring Highway in Saluda.
Shop local at Economy Furniture. Huge savings on Benchcraft, Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishings, and so many more. Visit our website now to see all our specials at economyfurniture.com. Right on the corner, right on the price.
Edwards Heating and Cooling, Saluda, South Carolina, provides you excellent service when it comes to your HVAC unit. Keith and Dawn Edwards have many years' experience in the heating and cooling business. They invite you to call them today, 864-445-0088, or visit their website, edwardsandheatingcoolingllc.com. Go, Saluda Tigers! Give you a repair or install a new fence. Give you a repair. When it comes tax time, look no further than H&R Block, 304th North Main, Saluda. They make sure you get all the deductions you need to save money. When it comes tax time, trust the professionals at H&R Block. Call them 864-445-2958 and like them on Facebook. It's time for the Coach Stewart Young Show on your Saluda Now. The Coach Stewart Young Show is sponsored by The Edit Touch. Looking for that special gift for someone special? Look no further than The Edit Touch. Gift framing, decorating, bottle registry, and more. They have it all there at The Edit Touch. 116 North Main in Saluda. Call today, 864-445-7787. And now, here is Saluda head football coach, Coach Stewart Young. And we're glad to be joined by our head coach, Stewart Young. Coach Young, thank you for joining us on Saluda Now.
Thank you for having me.
And could you tell us a little about last week's win over Pillion?
Yeah, we needed to respond well, and we did. Had a lot of players score. All three running backs scored. Braden, Kemaine, and then Jalen Bledsoe, who came out for the first time and played meaningful minutes Friday night at running back. Probably should have done that earlier. But, you know, we had some really kind of tight games in week 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we didn't feel like it was time for him to do that. We did it against Pillion last week in the first game of the region. It's a big game. Defensively, we gave up a touchdown to open the drive, jumped off sides 3 times, and all 3 of them were seniors that jumped off sides. So you think that wouldn't happen, but it did, and we ended up letting them score, and then we answered the bell from then on out, made some adjustments. So we had fun. It was a fun night.
And tonight we are going to be traveling to take on the strong Thurman Rebels there in Edgefield County. Looking forward to seeing everybody down there tonight. The pregame's 7 o'clock and the kickoff is at 7:30. Coach, could you preview tonight's game for us?
Yeah, I'll echo Paul's sentiments. It's probably the most talented team I've ever seen over there. It ain't probably. It is. It is the most talented team. Not even close, skill-wise. But they also have a Shrine Bowl linebacker as well. I think they brought back 9 starters out of 11 on defense. It was already salty. You know, we didn't score a touchdown against them the first game we played them last year. Scored a defensive touchdown against them the second game, and so it wasn't like we ran the score up on them or nothing. And they brought 9 of those guys back, and then you got your I got distracted here about it. Anyway, then you got your offensive guys. They bring back a bunch of those guys, and then of course they got 2 transfers. One just got 28th offer the other night. Great player too now. Great kid seems like. And then they got another guy from Aiken as well, Tolan. He can go, man. And then they got back Sewell from last year who started for them, and then they bring back the starting running back Barnes, and then got the starting quarterback back. So they're just loaded, and they're very good. Now, we're good, too. I mean, we're good, too. We got some really good players. Kim Brunson wouldn't trade him for anybody I just mentioned, not ever. We got some good linemen. The line's getting better. Got some guys on defense that are willing to play places they didn't want to play. JT Lott, told me the other day he misses defensive line, but he's playing linebacker for us, because it's out of necessity. That's what we're having to do. Braden Williams plays every single snap of the game on defense, and then most of the snaps on offense. So we got more than that, but that's where we are right now. Hopefully, in the future we can build some more depth with these young guys, so we don't have to play so many people both ways. But that's where we are right now to give us the best chance of winning.
And we're looking forward to seeing out everybody there tonight. The pre-game's at 7, the kickoff's at 7:30, and we want to congratulate our Player of the Week, Farm Bureau Player of the Week, Jackson Berry. And
he's never played football in his life, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, that's his first year. And so is our cornerback, 25, Jaden Folks. He's never played football in their lives, and they're both starting on defense. It's pretty impressive. And they come back next year, so that's I looked out there last practice on defense. We had all 11 were going to be back next year. We had Kemain on the running offense at the time, and then I look over when we're doing team offense, and when Braden's at running back, we only have one senior on that offense. So we're going to return like 10 out of 11 on both sides next year. It's going to be exciting. All right. Not that this year's not exciting, because we're going to get as much as we can this year, but I'm just saying the future's going to be bright.
And that was a question. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, Coach, was Jackson Berry. And until you said that's going to be one of my questions. I don't think he played football until this year.
Yeah, never. No rec league, no anything.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them coming through, and I never saw Jackson come through. He comes in the game, plays both ways, and makes a difference in the game. And that's one thing that when I talk to some of these young people, I talked with somebody right outside of school the other day when we had a groundbreaking ceremony, and it was like, hey, you play football? No, I never have. Well, that right there should be inspiration for anybody that's thinking about playing football, that thinks they can make a difference, to come out and play. Because 1 or 2 players here or there makes a big difference. Adds you some depth. So that was one thing I want to talk to you about. And then, you mentioned the freshman running backs that came in and ran later on in the game, fourth quarter of the game. I was really impressed by them, along with Grant Gentry, who I called his name a good bit, along with Barry and Gentry the other night making plays. Can you just talk a little bit about those freshmen and kind of what you're seeing from them?
Yeah, you mentioned Grant. He's a really good player. Of course, I've coached another Gentry for 4 years before it started every single game of his career too. So I know where the heart of that Gentry boys are, and how they work and their work ethic. And I mean, he hasn't been in the weight room. He was playing quarterback during spring practice. Now he's basically coach starting D-line, so to speak. So great. And then Bledsoe we talked about, and Tristan Daniels is great kids. They're great kids. A lot of fun to be around. Looking forward to watching them develop.
Absolutely. And to me, the emergence of those players, you're talking about Jalen Bledsoe, he might have worked himself up to where he might could get 6 carries a game, 8 carries a game, and relieve somebody like Kim Brunson that's on the field 99% of the time, or Braden Williams, that plays a lot. And, people don't understand, 6 plays, but when you play a whole game, you get 6 plays. That's kind of like hooking. That's like hooking them up to a new battery. So, matter of fact, somebody said something the other night at Pillion that Kim Brunson didn't even know how to be on the sideline. He didn't even know what to do. He was lost.
That's the only time he's lost on the sideline.
Yeah, he didn't even know what to do. He was like, I don't know what this is. But Coach, good luck tonight, man. We're gonna be pulling for you. We know it's gonna be a tough game. We're looking for a tough game. It's gonna be a good game. It's an exciting game.
We'll find out about us a little bit. The last time we found out about us, we didn't respond well in multiple facets when we faced adversity, and we're going to face adversity tonight. Hopefully, we're going to, we got to respond better, and we're excited. Kids are excited. We don't have school today. I don't know if that's good or bad, so I kind of like it. But then again, you don't know what they did last. I mean, I trust our guys that they didn't, stay up all night and do all that. But, maybe they get more sleep now. They get in there a little more refreshed. So we're looking forward to it. I'll see those guys around 3 o'clock, ready to find out.
And I'll tell you this too, Coach. There was a good article about JT Lott this past week, and for the people listening and want to get out there and read that article about him, it's a great article for a great young man. And I want to tell you this too. I was at the game last night, JV game, and I know that maybe in the last couple of weeks our players have kind of been put under a microscope a little bit more than normal. But all the players I saw, Coach, that play for you came up to me and are very respectful young men, come talk to you, give you hugs, show you love, very appreciative, mannerable people, and I think that needs to be said about them, like I said, because they get put under a microscope, but I'm going to tell you right now, any interaction I've had with them has been very, very positive, so just throwing that out there, and that's a testament to kind of what y'all guys are doing, so thank you, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate it. When they're good kids, great kids, actually. We ask a lot of them, they respond well. A lot of times when you get in the arena and nobody's there with you, sometimes you go back to your natural instincts of reacting a certain emotional way, and I think that happens with one or two or three of our kids, and that's the thing we're trying to focus on to stop from ever happening again. But I'm past that, man. God, let's go play some football. Let's go play some football. All right.
No doubt. I mean, Jeffrey and Coach covered pretty much all the basics. The thing that's been buzzing around town this week is like the student section, they have themes and all. And I think the Coach Young mixed match shoes last week may carry on over into the.
I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah, this was a
I
big
brought
thing.
my other one. I'm not doing that tonight.
This is not a thing now.
And
so
what
this-
was the shoes you were telling me the style now? Bubble shoes.
Yeah, they look like golf balls.
I got to check that out. I'm out of touch with the kids, so I won't.
Well, I just see them laying around the field. I had never really bought a pair yet myself.
And we want to wish Coach Young a happy Coach's Day. Today is
I
Coach's
didn't know
Day.
that. Yeah. It's National something day every day, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Coach's Day.
Okay, well,
It's your